As you can tell by all the snow behind me, it's cold out. Winter is here. And that means folks like you or me are going to be shelling out hundreds of extra dollars this winter on our home heating costs because of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's carbon tax on natural gas. But some farmers are going to be shelling out thousands of extra dollars. Now, we don't typically think about the costs that farmers face in the winter, but for farmers with barns who need to keep their animals alive in -30, the winter is one of the most expensive times because of the heating costs of those barns. And Trudeau's carbon tax just adds more pain on top of these already high costs. I talked to a chicken farmer who last year paid over $7,500 in carbon tax and the GST charged on top of it. And that's not his total heating costs. That's just the amount he's paying in carbon tax. This year, that same farmer is on track to pay about almost $2,000 more in the carbon tax and the GST on top. That's because the feds hike the carbon tax on natural gas and everything else every year. By 2030, if Ottawa gets to keep hiking its carbon tax, a farmer of the size that I talked to will be paying almost $20,000 a year in the carbon tax and GST. That's $20,000. That's more than the cost of the actual natural gas that's actually doing the heating. It's just the tax. Altogether, the carbon tax will cost all farmers about $1 billion by 2030. This hurts farmers because of the high cost it adds to their business, but also because they're competing against farmers in North Dakota, Montana, who don't have to pay a carbon tax. Farmers put food on the table for the rest of us, and if their costs go up, you can only guess what happens to our costs at the grocery store. Farmers need a break. Ottawa needs to scrap the entire carbon tax so farmers can save on their expenses and the rest of us can save on our bills.